There is a trick used by the greatest speakers in the world, like Barack Obama, Tony Robbins, even Oprah Winfrey. And once you learn about it, you will never speak the same. This trick is for anyone who wants to sound more confident, talk more clearly, and generate real emotions when they speak. But before that, I'm going to share 3 ground points every good speaker needs to know, and all of this leads up to the trick you clicked on this video for. I've condensed around 5 years of knowledge, so watch every single second of this video. It all started at the beginning of high school. When I saw the Google Form sign-up sheet for speech and debate, I thought, why not try something different? My first practice was rough. I stood in front of a room full of confident juniors and seniors, and when it was my turn to give a 2-minute speech, I stumbled through every single word. My school's Congress captain came to me and told me something I would never forget. Everything you say is a speech. Whether you're talking to your friends, your parents, or to an audience, you're already practicing giving a speech. This mindset shift was huge. I stopped seeing public speaking as this big, scary thing and realized I'd been doing it my whole life. And if I could do it in everyday conversations, I could do it on a podium too. This principle is what makes Tony Robbins so engaging. He doesn't treat his time on stage like a performance, he treats it like a conversation, whether he's talking to one person or to 10,000 people. When you start thinking of every interaction as a speech, it seriously takes the pressure off. You are not performing, you are just connecting. Sophomore year, I hit another roadblock. I was speaking more confidently, but I kept losing rounds. After one rough tournament, a teammate told me, "You're answering questions no one cares about." That hit really hard. I realized I was so focused on what I wanted to say that I hadn't thought of what my audience wanted to hear. And that's when I learned my second ground point. People listen because they are curious. Curiosity is what drives engagement. Oprah is a master of sparking curiosity. Her interviews aren't just conversations, they're journeys into the questions we all want answered. Even on YouTube, curiosity is king. Think about Mr. Beast's thumbnails, all of them. As a speaker, your job is to spark that same curiosity with your audience. Make them lean in, wondering what's next. My turning point came during a varsity tournament. I was so determined to place that I tried to project my confidence as much as possible. I spoke louder, gestured even bigger, and I tried to dominate the room. But halfway through, I noticed the judges weren't connecting with me. Afterward, my Congress captain told me, "You're trying too hard to sound confident." But then I went home and I watched people online, especially David Goggins, speak. His speeches aren't polished, but they're raw, they're honest, they're unforgettable. And that's when I realized true confidence isn't about perfection, it's about authenticity. So the final ground point is that the more you try to sound confident, the weirder you will look. The best speakers, they don't try to impress their audience, they try to connect with them. Authenticity isn't just a vague buzzword which people use, it's what's needed to create real connection. So what is the trick that ties all of this together? It's simple. Tell a story. Every great speech starts with a problem, something your audience cares about but doesn't quite know how to solve. Then it guides them step by step to a solution. Finally, it leaves them with a benefit, a takeaway that they can use in their everyday lives. And this is what Tony Robbins does, what Oprah does, what David Goggins does. And when I started applying this in debates, my speeches stopped being arguments and they started becoming connections. I was literally frozen during my first practice, and now I'm a varsity debater. Becoming proficient in public speaking is messy, it's uncomfortable, and it's full of failures. So if you're scared of speaking your mind to a large group of people, giving a speech, or just sounding valuable and not stuttering in daily conversations, start with one speech, one story, one moment. Everything you say is a speech. So make every word count.